God be with you. What are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
Well, probably the same as you. I want to be able to read in peace and quiet. And not just the books they make us read.
What exactly do you read here?
Well, I'd be interested to find the unofficial biography of Saint Procopius, but there probably is no such thing. To be honest, I was expecting some entertaining reading, but it's just the same old stuffy nonsense. But if that locked cabinet there with all the forbidden books was open, that would be a different story. Until recently it was still unlocked, but after something vanished, they've kept it locked tight.
Maybe I could get inside.
Oh, that would be wonderful. I'd love to pore over some of those tomes. We'd be in it together, up to our ears in it. What do you say?
We'll see what I can do.
Ha! All of the treasures of forbidden learning in my reach.
This looks like the Saracen language. Ibn al-Hassan. That's who I'm looking for. Avicenna.
Unbelievable. Imagine these men could have been burned at the stake just for writing these books. Many were, I'm sure. It's mostly Latin, that's not much use. But what about this one? Magical potions for conjuring diverse apparitions. I'll take it.
Hey, you better leave that here.
What are you so afraid of? No one will notice if 1 or 2 books are missing. This one looks interesting. A sorcerer's potion for rematerializing the body physical in other realms and for conversing with spirits of all manner therein. Oh, I have to try it out. I'll remember the recipe and prepare it later.
Salve Domine. Oh, leave me be. I want to sleep. What do you desire, Brother Gregor?
Here's the book you wanted.
Amazing. This really is it. Now I can use it to prepare a cure for our suffering abbot. Then I'll leave it in the library to make it seem as if Brother Librarian left it lying about. There'll be no investigation. It would be against his best interests, as he'll look like the one who wasn't taking proper care of the books. It will drive him mad. I didn't leave that book out, or did I? Is there anything I can do for you in return?
I'd be interested in finding out the background of the other novices.
That's a strange wish you have. And the only ones who know everything about the novices are the abbot and the prior. They keep a record of every monk in the abbot's book, but you'll never get your hands on it. It's locked up in the prior's study.
Thanks. You've helped me immensely.
No, thank you. About that book, don't even think about breaking in to get it.
I'm a new brother, a novice, Gregor. I don't know my way around here yet. You're in charge of the whole monastery, aren't you?
Welcome amongst us. Yes, yes. The Lord wanted me to take over the abbot's duties in his absence, but mainly I'm a servant of God, just like you and all the other brethren. Before God, there's no difference between us. How do you like it here?
I don't know yet. Haven't been here long.
Well, you're too humble. I'm sure you must have some opinion, but I won't pry it out of you.
Salve, Domine.
And the fear of hell and the glory of life everlasting. As soon as anything has been ordered by the superior, receive it as a divine command and cannot suffer any delay in executing it. But this very obedience will be acceptable to God and pleasing to men only. Pussy.
What do you desire, Brother Gregor?
I'm here to work.
Excellent. I've been waiting for you. There's the alchemist's laboratory. You'll find ingredients in the chests next to it. Today's task, 2 cockerel potions. Once you finish them, you'll find me somewhere nearby. Don't forget to let me know when you're done so I can check them.
telling you, someone's been creeping round the corridor at night. What am I saying, creeping? He was stomping about like a bear.
That must have been Brother Cicada. He can't sleep and prays long into the night.
Salve Dom. What do you desire, Brother Gregor?
I've finished my work.
Show me what you've made. Spectacular, Gregor. You've found your talent. Soon enough, you'll be teaching the other novices. What would you like?
This looks like the dregs after a night's drinking. Who could be coming here?
What do you desire, Brother Gregor?
I'm here to work.
Good. This is most likely the first time you've ever done this in your life. But it's easier than you think. Just a bit of practice and learning Latin. Here's the original, and here are the blank parchments on which you'll copy what you read in the original. Is that clear? Then you may begin, and try not to make a mess of it.
Can you read at all? I've never seen so many mistakes.
Pater noster, qui es in celis, sanctificetur nomen tu.
Get away from that cabinet. The book stood in there out for your eyes to see.
Peace be with you, brother.
after the 6th hour having left the table, let them rest on their beds in perfect silence, or if anyone may perhaps want to read, let him read to himself in such a way as not to disturb anyone else. Let none be said rather early, at the middle of the 8th hour, and let them again do what work has to be done until vespers. Weak or sickly
What would
brethren
you
should be
like?
assigned a task or craft of such a nature as to keep them from
I'm looking for
idleness,
something a
at the same
little,
time not to overburden
unorthodox.
or drive
And
away
what
with
would that be
Their
exactly?
weakness must be taken into consideration by the abbot. The rule of Saint Benedict. Readings on
I'm
the
looking for lockpicks.
Therefore, when anyone
Lock
receives the name
picks?
of abbot,
And
not
what
to
would you
govern
like those
his
for?
disciples with a twofold teaching.
What's it to you?
That
Do
is
you
to
have
say,
some or not?
he should show
Peace,
them all
brother.
that is
There's
good
no
and
need to get all
holy
worked up.
by his deeds
So you heard I used to be a
and more
burglar,
than by
did
his
you?
words,
I put it all
expounding
behind
the
me
Lord's
as soon as I took the
commandments
vows.
in words to the intelligent
But I do
among his
have a few
disciples,
lockpicks
but
left.
demonstrating
I'll
the
trade them
divine
for
precepts
food.
by his
Get me a
actions
bite to
for
eat,
those of harder
and you can
hearts
have your
and
lockpicks.
ruder minds.
Can't say
Abbot
fairer than
should
that, can I?
always remember is committed. From him, more is required. Let him make no distinction of persons in the monastery. Let him not love one more than another, unless in order to understand better his works. And let him not judge high or offenders, one since he has the authority and he cut out those faults by For that reason, if anything has to be asked of the superior, it should
Salve
be
Domine.
asked with all the humility and submission
Aha, Gregor.
inspired by reverence. But as for coarse jests,
Let's talk about the price.
Alright, so? Finally, a reasonable
therefore,
sum.
when anyone receives the name of abbot, he ought to govern his disciples with a twofold teaching. That is to say, he should show them all that is good and holy, by his deeds even more than by his words, expounding the Lord's commandments in words to the intelligent among his disciples. but demonstrating the divine precepts by his actions for those of harder hearts and ruder minds. The abbot should always remember what he is and what he is called, and should know that to whom more is committed, from him more is required. Let him make no distinction of persons in the monastery. Let him not love one more than another, unless it be one whom he finds better in good works or in obedience. And let him not shut his eyes to the faults of offenders, but, since he has the authority, let him cut out those faults by the
What is it, brother?
as soon as they begin to appear. Remembering the fate of Heli, the priest of silence, the well-disposed and those of good
I'd like to ask you something about the monastery.
verbal admonition the first and second time. But bold, hard, proud and disobedient characters he should curb at the very beginning of their ill-doing by stripes and other bodily punishments. Knowing that it is written, the fool is not corrected with words. And again, beat your son with the rod, and you will deliver his soul from
Peace
death.
be with you, brother.
Peace be with you.
Salve. Be well. Salve. Be well. Praise be to our Lord Jesus.
Be well.
He was stomping about like a bear. That must have been brother Sir. He can't sleep and prays long into the night.
Praise be to our Lord Jesus.
I'm telling you, someone's been creeping around the corridor at night. What am I saying? Creeping. He was stomping about like a bear. Can't sleep and prays long into the night.
God be with you.
His health is superior.
Salve.
We'll have to take that Yodok to task about where he got this wine and tell him next time he'd better get proper Snoimo.
You've seen us drinking here, so either join in or swear you won't tell a soul. You won't want to end up like Lucas now, would you?
All right. I wouldn't mind some wine.
That's more like it. Sit down and have a drink, my lad. Quite right, brother. Just sit down and drink with us. When the wine runs out, Yodok will fetch more. What is it, brother?
What are you doing here?
What does it look like? Drinking.
But we're all monks.
Youngster, when you're as old as I, you'll understand.
Why not? I've had enough opprobria and obedientia for one day.
That's what we like to hear.
Let's drink.
That's the idea. And what should we drink to?
How about to the abbot?
To the abbot it is. But wait a minute, lad. Which one?
To Nevelas.
To Nevelas? To the abbot he's never been and never shall be? No, lad. A toast to our future abbot, John!
Where'd you get the wine from? I thought the monastery cellars were guarded.
So they are, but this wine isn't from the monastery. Listen, lad, would you help us out with something? This cask is almost empty, and we need a new one. We're a bit old for such exertions. But you, on the other hand...
I'll help you. What do I need to do?
Ha! I knew it. Help Novice Yodok arrange for a new cask. Talk to him first thing in the morning, and by tomorrow night the cask can be on the table.
All right, I'll talk to him. You mentioned Yodok. What does he do for you?
Nothing much. He's just a little suckling like you. He'll do whatever it takes to stay on our good side. Sometimes we make use of him when there are errands to run.
I'd like to ask you something about the monastery. I'll be going, brothers. It's been good to sit with you a while.
Do us a favor, brother. Stay a little longer and have another drink with us. Here, some wine for you.
Oh, all right, but that's the last cup. Let's drink.
That's the idea. And what should we drink to?
How about to the abbot?
To the abbot it is. But wait a minute, lad. Which one?
To Abbot John.
That's more like it.
I'll be going, brothers. It's been good to sit with you a while.
Do us a favor, brother. Stay a little longer and have another drink with us. Here, some wine for you.
Thanks, but I won't have any more. I need my sleep.
As you wish, brother, as you wish. We'll be heading off soon ourselves. Ah, down the hatch.
Every gulp a treat, isn't that the truth?
No wonder. With our throats going dry all day.
Next time we'll get the Yodok to bring some Rhine wine. I'm losing my taste for this one.
Why doesn't Yodok drink with us, anyway?
He's young, and he wants to look good in front of the others. And he doesn't trust us to keep him safe from harm if he got too drunk to make it to prayer.
You mean like your good self last Christmas Day? The way you drowned out the prior's voice by snoring through the Agnus Dei?
Don't remind me.
What do you desire, Brother Gregor?
I was talking last night with the brother Cicators. It seems you're to fetch them a cask of wine, like last time.
Well, yes, it's true.
I'd like to help you.
Would you really do it? To get hold of the wine, we'll have to leave the monastery for a bit. I know it's forbidden, but we've no other option. If wine started going missing here, someone would notice. But to leave the monastery, we need the keys. And only the prior has those.
Wait a moment. Are you saying I'm supposed to steal the prior's keys so I can go and steal wine somewhere else?
You see why I don't want to do it myself now, do you? I don't have what it takes. I can't get those keys, but you could. Or you might be able to pick the locks.
But you've done it once before, haven't you?
Last time the prior was sick, and he left the monastery keys in the Circator's care. So they unlocked the gates for me. This time we'll have to steal the keys.
How can I get hold of the keys, do you think?
I don't know, but it might be possible to do this without them. Brother Celerius, the cellar keeper, used to be a burglar. He knows his way around locks, and maybe could help us, if you could find a way to arrange it.
Do you think he'll want to take part in theft?
No, but he could give some advice, or maybe get some lockpicks to open the gate. You'll figure something out.
If you think so, I can try.
Once you have the key or some lockpicks, come and see me and we'll make our plan.
About those keys.
Did you get them? Keys? Or at least lockpicks?
Yes, I have them.
In that case, come before midnight to the cloister garden. I'll be waiting for you there, and we'll head off.
The rule of Saint Benedict, readings on the spirit of silence. Let us do what the prophet says. I said, I will guard my ways, that I may not sin with my tongue. I have set a guard to my mouth. I was mute and was humbled and kept silence even from good things. Here the prophet shows that if the spirit of silence ought to lead us at times, in much speaking you will not escape sin. And in another place, death and life are in the power of the tongue. For speaking and teaching belong to the master. The disciple's part is to be silent and to listen. And for that reason, if anything has to be asked of the superior, it should be asked with all the humility and submission inspired by reverence. But as for coarse jests and idle words, or words that move to laughter, these we condemn everywhere with a perpetual ban. And for such conversation we do not permit a disciple to open his mouth.
What do you desire, Brother Gregor?
I'm here to work.
Excellent. I've been waiting for you. There's the alchemist's laboratory. You'll find ingredients in the chests next to it. Today's task, 2 cockerel potions. Once you finish them, you'll find me somewhere nearby. Don't forget to let...
Stuck like a wine barrel, you see. It's not the first time. It's a mystery, one that will soon be solved. It's a wonder the fire doesn't check everyone's breath in the morning, so he can get his mouth.
Brother Peter's health is deteriorating. They say he won't make it to the autumn.
No. Peter has a strong constitution. He'll still be on this earth for many years to come.
I wish all good health upon him. I want change, and only a new abbot can bring that.
Waiting pays off. There's no hurry.
Praise be to our Lord Jesus. Vade, what troubles you?
I've finished my work.
Show me what you've made. Spectacular, Gregor. You've found your talent. Soon enough, you'll be teaching the other novices.
Peace be with you, brother.
What do you desire, Brother Gregor?
I'm here to work.
Excellent. I've been waiting for you.
No, no, no! I can't believe you've made so many mistakes.
What is it, brother?
I found a few pages of the torn-up book, but I still don't have them all.
Wonderful. Keep looking then. I'm sure you can find the rest.
Don't even look at that cabinet. It contains forbidden books. Don't even look at that cabinet. It contains forbidden books.
Salve, Domine.
Brother, what are you doing here? Shouldn't you be working somewhere? Idle hands are the devil's workshop.
You're right, brother.
This is your first warning. Don't do it again.
Stop, Gregor.
Brother, what are you doing here? Shouldn't you be working somewhere? Idle hands are the devil's...
You're right, brother.
Obedience will be acceptable to God and pleasing to men only if what is commanded is done without hesitation. Delay, lukewarmness, grumbling, or objection. For the obedience given to superiors is given to God. For if the disciple obeys with an ill will and murmurs, not necessarily with his lips, but simply...
These novices, I pull those idlers by the ears.
What have they done to you this time?
They're shirking their responsibilities, leaving us, their superiors, to chase around after them, finishing what they don't.
Did you have to finish someone's weeding in the garden again?
Yet again, I've had enough of it.
I'm telling you, someone's been creeping around in the corridor at night. What am I saying, creeping? It was stomping about like a bear.
That must have been Brother Circator. He can't sleep and prays long into the night.
Salve. Be well.
Salve. Be well.
Salve. Be well.
You're right. It stunk like a wine factory in there. And it's not the first time.
It's a mystery, but one that'll be soon solved. So when did the pirate check everyone's breath? Then he'd soon get his message.
Praise be to our Lord Jesus. God be.
Something's going to happen out there. You might be wrong. And besides, God will be our protector. Be well.
Talk to me, brother. What do you desire, Brother Gregor?
God be with you.
What troubles you?
Peter's health is deteriorating. They say he won't make it to the audience.
For many years to come.
I wish all good health upon him. Can only
What was that noise?
Salve. Be well.
Today's food. What are they doing?
Praise be to Christ, brother.
I'd like to ask you something about... Well, that's all.
I tell you, brother, these all-night revelries are beginning to tire me out.
We're none of us getting any younger, but a cup of wine...
Cry.
It's that touching, is it?
Touching. More like infuriating.
you spoken to your uncle? I have. I pulled those islanders by the ears. What have they done to you this time, brother? They're shirking their responsibilities, leaving us, their superiors, to chase around after them, finishing what they don't. Did you have to finish someone's feeding in the garden again? Yes, again. I've had enough of it.
Peace be with you, brother.
What troubles you?
Here I am.
Just in time to manage it all. Once we're outside, we'll need to be careful, and we'll need to be quick. If we're not back before sunrise, someone will realize we've gone, and there'll be hell to pay.
Where exactly are we going for the wine?
Next to the monastery is the house of the custodian, a baron who provides military protection to the monastery. We'll take the wine from him.
Why go to all that trouble? Aren't the monastery wine cellars full?
They are, but Brother Salarius keeps records of all the casks, and the prior checks them. They'd investigate if any went missing. Whereas, if someone outside loses the odd cask, they're not going to suspect us monks.
That does sound reasonable. What particular wine are the cicadas after?
They want some Znaimo wine. But there's no way we'll be able to tell what's what. We'll just grab a cask and head off. I doubt the custodian would have anything of poor quality in his cellar.
The brothers will complain.
They'll complain even more if they've nothing to drink at all.
How do we do that once we're there? Will we need to break into the custodian's cellar?
We needn't break in anywhere. It's on the ground floor and usually unlocked. It holds supplies for the whole craftsman's yard, and every now and again someone comes in to fetch something. The only thing we have to make sure is that nobody sees us.
I'm ready. We can head off.
All right. You have the outside keys, so get unlocking.